What's going on, y'all? It's your girl, Nephew Raps. It's the Vibe Session right here in Major Zone Radio. You already know the vibes, baby. We are bringing y'all some of the dopest artists, content creators, influencers. We got everybody right here, man. It's a whole wave, man. Y'all always hear it first on this show. And listen, I am so super excited to have a very talented singer, songwriter, dope person, dope spirit, dope personality, y'all. Powerhouse vocalist on the show. Today, repping Philly. Okay, Carla Gamble, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So glad to have you. I've
Yes.
been wanting to get you on the show for like ever because I'm not gonna lie, I'm low key, high key a fan.
So am I for you. So it's cool.
Listen, it's mutual.
Yes.
Um, I feel like did we meet before? I feel like I just feel like
No.
it's only been so I don't know
Yep.
why
And
I feel
it
like we
feels
met
like we met
before.
in person, like we had this connection. Yeah.
Yes. So y'all, I saw her on social media probably years ago, right? We both up and coming trying to do our thing. And her voice, first off, y'all know I'm a rapper, but I love R&B. I love soul. If I could sing, I would be a singer. Okay. But I can't do anything but the auto tune. I got to put the auto tune on the vocals. So I love that style of music. And I came across her and she just does the damn thing. So I'm a fan, y'all. So I'm excited to, have y'all get to know who she is. So, Carla, you repping Philly, right? Born and
Yes.
raised.
Yep. Born and raised in
Okay.
Philadelphia.
City of brotherly love.
Hmm.
Home of Jill Scott. Roots
Hmm.
crew from Philly. Okay.
Yes.
It's a lot freeway, Philly freeway.
Yes.
A lot of dope
Hmm.
people coming out of Philly. So when did you realize that you could actually sing? Like what moment was that for you?
Very young. Church. My family like heavy on like musicians, creatives, and just like hey, if you got talent, you better use it. So, very early on, I noticed that I had something, and as like I got older, my aunt used to sing with me a lot, and just being around other musicians and creatives, they just started to kind of mold me, and it just seemed like, hey, this is a thing. I started writing poetry and singing and kind of putting those together. And hey, Philly is just a lot of talent here. So once people know you can sing or do something, you get right into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, very young, very young.
Okay, that's dope. So you also do poetry. Have you ever done like spoken word or slam poetry?
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
won poet laureate for the city of Philly in like
Okay.
'03. I started doing poetry. Yes, yes. I started doing poetry young as well. I used to watch Def Jam poetry all the time, and I'm like, man, I could do that. I could talk like them. I could move like that, and this the delivery, and that's what I feel like as an artist. Delivery is everything. And when I start to see them on stage and how they just represent, it was like, man, this is powerful. I want to do that. And I just studied and I watched and I just wrote my poems. And as I like learned, it just worked out. It's just like, oh, yeah, okay, I got it. I got the sauce for that. And yeah.
Okay. She does have the sauce, y'all. I promise you're gonna want to check her out after this interview. Okay,
Yeah.
so what was it like for you growing up in Philly? I'm from Baltimore, like so we
Mm-hmm.
like neighboring cities,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of people have like misconceptions about Philly, about Baltimore. What was it like for you growing up in Philly? Because sometimes, even though it may not be the best, those are special places, that breed
Mm-hmm.
special people. So, what was it like for you growing up?
For me, growing up in Philadelphia was pretty good. I mean, honestly, I came from a really loving family. My family is very supportive of me, and they love me. And the block I grew up on was very, back in the day in the hood. Everybody, you was like every child was like a block child, like or like the grandmas or the aunties would look after the kids on the block. So I had that. I had my churches right at the corner. I had like a little corner poppy store at the corner. It was like, it was the love of the community that I grew up in. So I didn't really experience a lot of like, negativity or anything like that. My schools were good. I had nice friends. And I just feel like growing up here I had a good experience as a child. I really did.
I love that. I love
Yes.
that. See, I be trying to tell people, they don't be trying to hear me. I love that. I love that energy. So, I don't want to get too serious, but I
Mhm,
gotta ask you because I see you speak out about this. You speak out about being a survivor of domestic violence.
mhm.
So can you tell us about like how you overcame that experience and like what advice would you give to other women who might be like in a similar situation?
Mhm. Um, Domestic violence, how I got out of my situation was I was very fortunate to get out. I feel like I was very fortunate to like have that space or that support. I actually within myself, like I had to support myself within myself because a lot of people also did not know what I was going through when I was going through it. So I had to kind of build it up in myself and just get out as soon as I could, try to find a plan to kind of just get over it. And I've just prayed through it and I gave myself grace enough to strengthen myself as much as I could to get out. And fortunately enough, by the grace of God, I was able to get out and be here to talk to you today. But a lot of women are not. And then it's truly a unfortunate situation. So my advice to women that have been through it or are going through it is to stay prayed up, write things down, try to think of a plan that you can talk to a friend, a close friend. I'm not going to say put your business out there for everybody, but you never know who could possibly help you. And I feel like, take the opportunity when you get it to leave. I just pray for women that are going through it because it's hard. It's so hard.
Absolutely. I can
Yeah.
only imagine. And I
Yeah.
love something you said. You said something about giving yourself grace, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which, is kind of one of the things that's unspoken in those situations. Like it's so important for women to give themselves grace because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
time they'll blame themselves or they'll be down on themselves about the decision they made. But we all kind of have been blinded by love before or might find ourselves in even if it's not relationship wise, we all find ourselves in situations. So I think that's also a key point too, to give yourself grace. So
Mm-hmm.
I love that you said that. So okay. So moving on, right? So, we be on social media. We be looking at what they be talking about. And I feel like all I've seen all week long is Kanye West. Kanye West, Kanye West. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God. So, as much as I don't want to talk about the situation, I feel like, we can add to the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel about like the stuff that he's saying and like the backlash that he's receiving right now?
For me, speaking on Kanye West, I'm gonna be real honest. Like I feel like certain things like I would need to be a bit more educated and aware of exactly what it is he's trying to say or where he's trying to go with this. And because it's so much to consume, I haven't got there yet. I haven't gotten there yet. Like I would love to have like a back and forth, trying to figure out what exactly to like say about this man, but I don't really know what to say. I don't know exactly where he's going or what things. I'm just not educated right now about it. I feel like so. We could pick that up later. I would love
Okay.
to. Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit more research. I mean, you can tell me what you think. I don't know, but for me right now, I just don't know enough.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have a lot of thoughts, but I will say I'm not mad that you
Mm-hmm.
feel that way because a lot of times the way he talks is very confusing. I'd be like, excuse me, sir, like what are we saying? Like you gotta like wrap your head around what he's saying
It's a
anyway.
lot. It's a
You gotta
lot.
take notes, like, okay, I'm trying to dissect because first we was talking about this, now we over here, like so
Mm-hmm,
it's
mm-hmm,
confusing. But I think for me personally, the anti-blackness rhetoric is
mm-hmm.
what's upsetting to me,
I
right? I
understand.
think that freedom of speech and everything that everybody's saying is cool, right? We have that. We are in America. But there's always a line, right? People can't go to work and just say crazy things to their boss. You probably
Mm-hmm,
want to say all
mm-hmm,
kinds of things to your boss. Like, you know what? But you can't, because guess what? You're going to be fired, right?
mm-hmm.
Or even when we log into Instagram or we log into Facebook or TikTok and we accept those terms and conditions, it says certain things you just can't do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't be on there twerking with my booty all out.
Yeah.
I gotta have some clothes on, right? It's certain things we cannot do. So I think that it's still a fine line when it comes to certain things and offending people. But for me personally, I've been off dude for a while, but it's the anti-blackness for me
Mm-hmm.
personally,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I'm not like a
Mm-hmm.
bandwagon person. I'm not just like on it now because people are talking about it. Like I had a
Mm-hmm.
song in 2018 called Motives where I said Kanye was in a sunken place, and that record dropped in
Mm-hmm.
2018. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
I think there's something there with him. We'll figure out what he's getting at, but it is confusing. So I'm not mad at you at all. I'm not mad at all. Okay, so you are a proud member of the LGBTQIA
Yes, I am.
community family. Shout out the squad. So you know we've come a long, long way in society, um, and in a lot of different ways. But you have always, to me, seemed like you've lived and walked in your authentic truth. So, in doing so, have you faced any challenges through your journey, whether it be in the music industry or personally? And if so, like, how did you deal with those challenges?
Mm-hmm. Um, I always feel like it's easier for like like feminine women coming up as far as being openly part of the community. And growing up, honestly, I like school, going through school was cool for me. I have a lot of friends, still to this day from high school, middle school. And I've never really experienced any negativity. I'm gonna be completely honest. I mean, I don't know if it's just I know a lot of people haven't, but I'm married to a woman and she's very active. She's my manager. She's very active in my life. Everyone, if you see me, you see her. And I haven't really experienced any type of negativity in my face as far as I can see. We're welcomed everywhere we go. And yeah, I mean, even in my music, a lot of my music that I write, Super Lover, Mocha, everything has a her in it, and I don't, and if I, and up until I wrote those songs, like where it was like a comfortability of putting an actual like her in there, I wouldn't even specify if it was a her or a him. It would just be like it's very neutral, and when it come out and you hear it, then you're gonna know.
Mhm.
So yeah, but I have never experienced anything like that, anything negative.
Listen, you are lucky. You are one of the lucky ones. I'm sure you've heard stories.
Yes, so many stories. It get bad
Yeah.
sometimes. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't
No,
know. Very,
that's a blessing to have your family support and your friends and
yes,
everybody around you. That's super dope.
yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. I love that. Big energy, big pressure. So, back into the music. You're a great singer, great soul, R&B, kind of
Thank
pop,
you.
kind of. She got everything going on, y'all. What are
Thank
some of
you.
your personal musical influences, like growing up or even now? Like, who's somebody you have in like heavy rotation?
Yes. So I'm actually heavy rotation for me is I just said this. So I got James Brown. I have the Clark sisters. I have Aretha Franklin. Oh my gosh, Etta James. I love Drake. I love Rick Ross. I love. I'm a very like I love hip hop. I feel like hip hop is such a big part of me in my music and my creativity. House music, Lady Alma, love Lady Alma, Carol Riddick. I love a lot of also like Philly artists that are in Philly right now, Breeze Steves and Chill Moody, the Funkatorium. Like it's so many. Philly has so much going on right now with artists that it's just is big. So I really and I actually appreciate the talent that we have here. So a lot of my influences of people that I love to listen to are actually local most of the time. But just big names. I just love anything funky, anything that's exciting, anything that's energetic. I love God, so anything that's gospel, like it's music is just so fluid, and I anything that's going to make me feel good, that's what I like to listen to.
Okay, I like that. A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Some old school. Some of y'all probably didn't even know them names she was saying. Okay, listen, I love it. I love it. And the house music is big on the East
Yes.
Coast. I'm
Yes,
loving
yes.
seeing it kind of circled around like Beyonce, Drake. Other people are playing with like the house club sound. So
Yeah.
I think that's super dope. I need to stop playing and make me a house record,
Yeah.
a club record.
Let's get into
Listen,
it.
I love the energy. I love the energy. So if you could collab with anybody who's like top two on your list, like if you could get on the phone, call anybody, get a song done, who do you want to get a song with?
I want to get a song done with Pharrell, and I want to get a song done with Drake. Period.
They would be smash records. They would be smash records.
I just love Pharrell's sound.
Yeah.
And I feel like it will be like just the sound, and just getting on something with Drake would just be like, what? Yeah, I would love that.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. So tell us about the new single. You spoke a little bit about it earlier, but your new single is Super Love, right? Is that the latest one?
So that's on the album. So has
okay.
a couple songs. And
Okay.
Super Lover is one of my songs. I released Super Lover like last year.
Okay.
This year I released Get Right. I released Mocha. But previously, like just recently, with She Is the album itself, it's a lot of songs on there. But we could talk about Super Lover. I love Super Lover. Super
Okay.
Lover
I'm about to say I saw
actually,
that on your page and was vibing out.
yeah, Super
Okay.
Lover is a really good song. It's really good. It's somebody was just telling me how they were listening to it. And it's kind of like you did so many different things with my album. Because people don't be expecting. And I was just telling somebody this the other day, like you never know where I'm gonna go with music, so you might be expecting one thing and get something totally different. What Super Love is, it starts out like kind of raunchy, like a little raunchy. We saying this and we saying that, and then we get
Little
into like
ratchet.
yeah, a little ratchet. And it go into like this smooth,
Okay.
smooth, like I just want you to touch me. I just want you to da da da. And then it picked back up on some ratchet. So you don't really know.
See, that's probably why I liked it. So conceptually, She Is that's the title of your album. And I love how that kind of leaves a lot to the imagination. What does that mean to you? What does that album title mean to you?
I really thought about what my album was going to be called. I worked on this album for 2 years, and I really wanted people to have a compilation of songs from me that you could understand or get like a grip on who exactly Carla Gamble is. What is she bringing to the table? What kind of music does she have? What is her range? And She Is, to me, is like she is all of that. She is everything that you would even think she could be, and then some. She is hip hop, she's love, she's poetry, she's exciting, she's happy, she's sad, like any type of levels that we're gonna go through as humans, we're gonna go through as people in love, people that's feeling a little down, that need to be picked up. I wrote Get Right, which is a house song, which is uplifting. It's supposed to lift you up and make you feel happy. So I've had my down days, I've had my up days. So I know with just being in the presence of this world is creating, you got some up days, down days, and you need music is a vibration. So when you hear it, you're going to feel what the other person is trying to give to you. So that's what I feel like She Is. Really, I really wanted to get that out to people. So from start to finish, you hear the energy. I wrote a song called Catfish, which is an experience of me being actually catfished by a person, which was like, okay, let me take you through this story of how I got catfished. People get catfished every day. So it's just like, let's tell these stories that people are not really talking about and get it out there. Scared, that's my domestic violence song that I wrote. When people hear it, oh my gosh, like they just like, yo, like this true, like this happen? I'm like, yeah, this is just that story that you just want people to listen to and to vibe off of, and to feel. Everything is a feel with me. Girl got me into it.
But listen, what I love about that is that stuff everybody can relate to, right? Yes. Even if you can't relate to everything, you know what it's like to be online. You talking to somebody, you like, I hope this ain't a catfish, right? Like, please don't like, listen, we need to get on FaceTime. I need to see your face because so that's something that
Exactly.
everybody can definitely relate to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so your live performances, from what I haven't been to a show yet, but I need to
I
pull up
know,
pull
it's
up on you
okay.
in Philly.
I'm gonna
When I
save you a
see the
seat.
clips, I see the clips. They look super lit. You
Thank you.
sound great live.
Thank you.
Where can your fans find you next? Are you hitting any stages soon? Because y'all should be all up and down Philly performing in all kinds of venues. So where
Yes.
can we find you next?
So right now I'm actually working on some visuals for this
Okay.
album. She is. So really stay close to the Real Carla Gamble on IG. Anything Facebook, Twitter, it's all the Real Carla Gamble. And you could just find me right now. I just want people to listen to She Is. Get your favorite song on She Is. Tell me about it. Reach out, listen, pick a track and let me know. But right now I'm definitely working on that, working on getting out of town. I did the go come over to Dallas,
I'm
hit a
telling
stage
you.
up in Dallas. So yeah, I'm just definitely into traveling right now. I got some big news, some things that's coming up that I'm waiting to drop. But other than that, I'm just, keeping the pace and keeping things moving.
Okay. Everything steady motion. Okay,
Yes.
so we're gonna definitely be looking out for the visuals.
Yes.
I have to ask you before you get out of here if you can bless us with some vocals. If you don't
Mm-hmm.
want to, I understand. But I know you got the vibratos and all the arpeggios or whatever they call it. So I wanted to see if you could bless us with a little something real quick.
Yes, I already have my tea ready. So hold on. Mm, I got you. So definitely this song right here is actually moving really good for me. It's called Star in the Sky, and it's really like a jazzy feel when you hear it. It's live. Mostly everything on my album is live. Every any musician you hear that they're live. So yeah, this Star in the Sky. There's a star. There's a star in the sky, and I'm gonna grab it for you. Oh, yeah. There's no place I'd rather be. Ooh, than here with you. Yay. Okay. That's Star in the
Okay.
Sky.
There it is, y'all. Star in the Sky, y'all. Carla Gamble, R&B, blues, soul, songstress,
Yes.
songwriter. Okay, from one of the dopest cities. I mean, besides Baltimore, but we love y'all in Philly, of course. One more time, Carla, before we get out of here, reminding people where they can find you on social media and keep up with your whole movement.
Yes. So the Real Carla Gamble on Instagram, Facebook, the Real Carla Gamble, Google Carla Gamble, and I have a website www.therealcarlagamble.com.
Okay.
Yes.
As always, y'all, you heard it first right here on the Vibe Session, Major Zone Radio. Make sure you tap in with Carla Gamble. Okay, she is out right now on all platforms. Okay, she is that. She is this. She's everything she says she is. Bussin'. So make sure you go download it, stream it, add it to your playlist. Tell a friend to tell a friend, because that's how we doing it right here on the Vibe Session. Make sure y'all tap in, man. Until next time, we out. Zone.